Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelsey with Teaching Online with Kelsey. So if this is your first time seeing me, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you are notified when I have new videos on my channel every week. And to also give this video a thumbs up. And if you do have any further questions for me, please leave a comment down below. I like to answer all those questions that each and every one of you like to ask me. And if you want to get behind the scenes features of how I run my business or how I do my Crow Music Lab tutorials that you may have seen on my channel, and all those behind the scene features that you cannot get anywhere else, and special lives that you can't see anywhere else either, I have a YouTube membership page, so please make sure to check that out. And even for your starter fans, you get the access to how to monetize your YouTube channel and the special lives that are only for members. Now let's go ahead and get started. One thing that I have been noticing in the online teaching community is access to pre-made curriculum lessons. And a lot of online teaching platforms that you may see, like Outschool or Allschool, you are usually required to have a type of lesson that you have made for yourself. And unfortunately, a lot of the platforms where pre-made curriculum would be available are not as accessible as they were 3 years ago. And this is referring to like teachers that taught with VIP Kid or GoGo Kid or Palfish. You know, majority of the ESL online teaching companies would usually have pre-made lessons ready to go so that you literally are rolling out of bed and teaching lessons. And I did make a video a few months back about how Allschool was going to try to follow, the same suit as VIP Kid, where you literally just roll out of bed and you teach their lessons that they have to offer. But then only a month later, they said, well, unfortunately, that's not going to be very feasible to have pre-made curriculum that teachers could teach on the platform. And they did offer a big list of courses that you could download curriculum and you could not have any copyright uses, problems with it. And you would be able to use those as part of your Allschool lessons. And a lot of teachers were thinking like, oh, this was not exactly what I signed up for. Should I still do this? Or maybe you still want to continue teaching ESL lessons and you're not sure how to write those lessons for Outschool or Allschool, or you just simply do not have the time. And you know what? That's absolutely okay if you don't have the time, because what I'm going to show you in this video is a ESL program that offers free lesson plans. One fellow Allschool teacher that I have frequented with in the online teaching community is teacher Melissa, and she has referred to a new program called ESL Pals. And truly, there are lessons on ESL Pals where they are free, and you are free to use them in your Allschool lessons. And the reason that I personally recommend ESL Pals if you are wanting to continue teaching ESL lessons online is because the curriculum planners of ESL Pals create new lessons every week. So it's not like when you purchase a curriculum package that you get like a full set of lessons and that's your standard set. Like you get ongoing material every week. And usually their subscriptions are going to be for like a 6 months basis or a whole year basis. And if you are wanting to do those types of lessons on Outschool and Allschool, this could be your saving grace in saving time on lesson planning to where you can truly just start rolling out of bed and teaching these lessons, especially if you have been so used to like the VIP Kid model of teaching online. So we're going to go and transition into what ESL Pals looks like. Now this is the home page of ESL Pals. And this is what you will see in terms of your free lessons and kid lessons. And it's not just for children, for teaching children how to speak English. This is also lessons in terms of teaching older children and even adults ESL lessons as well. So when you go to this page here, you can click on the free lessons that you can use. And so it's just loading here. So what you'll be able to see is you'll have all sorts of different options. And so you can choose kid lessons or general English or business or grammar. Those are the choices that they have on the website. And let's say kids, you want to teach the younger kids. So these are essentially the lesson plans where you'll be able to view the lesson and be able to download it, and you can use this for your Outschool or Allschool classes. Now, I will say that for this particular lesson, I would use this as like a trial lesson. So if you remember back in the VIP Kid days, there was a certain slides that we had to teach that were just for trials. So, and trials meaning like, you know, this is a trial if you and the child mesh in the lessons. So because, you know, even if a lot of teachers were able to teach, you know, this same lesson on Outschool or Allschool, you know, some children just mesh better with other teachers. And so, you know, you could be that one teacher, that one child is like, yes, I want to take the ongoing lessons for you. But if you have been curious about jumping back on board with the ESL online teaching, I definitely recommend starting out with the free lessons on ESL Pals and using those templates that are shown here. So we got one that says farm animals, and I believe if we go back, we have another one that talks about oceans. And those are three lessons provided. And these are just some of the adult options that you see here. So you got business English, and you got, you know, the prison system if you want to talk about the general English, and how to describe people, pursuit of happiness. I mean, like, these lessons are more so for older, like teenagers and adults. So ideally, if you're wanting to teach younger children, you know, you want to do, you know, farm animals, or you want to do food or family. So, and when you click on those free lessons, as mentioned before, here's the oceans, by the way. Let's take a look. It'll tell you on here, you know, ideally like how you should teach the lesson, and it'll tell you, you know, like what level. So level 1, so meaning that, you know, they don't really know a whole lot of English, or they're learning very, very beginning English. So ideally, these are the templates that you want to use for like your trials. And if you have these as trial classes on Allschool or Outschool, you can funnel these classes to where you can then offer to families the ongoing ESL lessons. So ideally, you want to try to experiment with these types of classes with the free lessons and see if you do have families that are like, I really like this teacher. Can we continue English lessons with you? So that is when I would be recommending to you, if you have families that are wanting to continue taking ESL lessons online with you, that you decide to join ESL Pals. So you will see the plans that it comes with. So you got full access, which is 6 months of ongoing lesson templates that will be sent to you every week that you can use for your ongoing ESL lessons, or you could be a lifetime pal for a whole year with those same benefits. And then the school collab is where you can have up to 5 teachers teaching those lessons for the 6 months that it says here. So new lessons weekly. So it's not just you have your library, but you're also going to get new lessons that you could use every week. So let's say you want to have a club, but it's designed for ESL students to try to communicate with one another. Like, your weekly lessons are what's going to help keep your ESL students and learning their content really fresh. and not anything that's going to be already made. Of course, not that there's anything wrong with the stuff that's already made in your lesson, but you have those options in teaching your curriculum that's already made for you, and you're able to teach it on those platforms, and there's really not that much planning. It is almost like VIP Kid, except you actually are going to get the pay that you feel like you deserve. I'm not trying to call VIP Kid out for that, because VIP Kid was the very first platform that I taught on before really digging into online teaching with Outschool and Allschool, but it's just, this is a wonderful resource that teacher Melissa uses, and if I'm being honest, I am going to try to do the free lesson option and just see if I have families that would love to have ESL lessons online with me through Allschool, and just see, if I get enough requests that families want to keep taking ESL lessons online with me, that I'm definitely going to try to invest into this membership, so that way I can get the access to the full library of lessons, and then I get the new lessons every week if I want to do a club with it. But that is just my personal recommendation. If you are wanting to get back up to teaching ESL, or you just don't really feel like creating your own content and you just want to stick with ESL, then ESL Pals, your free lessons, depending on what age group you're wanting to teach. I just say kids because, I taught with VIP Kid. That's really my only ESL online experience that I have, is teaching like level 1, level 2 students, if you know what that means in VIP Kid world. So kids that are just learning English and not so much the older children or even the adults. So, but they have the adult options for lessons as well. So this is an incredible resource to kind of stay on the ESL side of things, and you don't have to worry about writing your own lessons, because the crew over at ESL Pals do it for you. And I think it's a sweet deal, if you ask me. But like I said, I'm going to do this too, is where I'm going to use the free lessons, and then I'm going to use that as a funneling technique, where if you like these types of lessons and you like the way that I am teaching these lessons to you, then let's funnel in to ongoing weekly lessons with me. So, and this is something that you can do as well. So if you watched it up to this point, good for you. You now know this secret. Yeah. So let me know if you have any other questions about ESL Pals, or if you have any other curriculum resources that you'd like to share that are maybe not ESL related. However, I do have my 5-star online teacher course, which is designed not necessarily for ESL, but for if you're wanting to teach another niche and you are having trouble deciding how you're going to teach that and to lesson plan it into your classes. That link is going to be below to sign up for that course. As always, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next time.